Hello, hello.
Hi, guys.
Hello. We're a bit early today. I'm all ahead of myself. Hello, everyone. If anybody's watching who hasn't been before and they think the screen is broken, don't worry. We always start like this. I'm just building myself up to the big reveal.
Yeah. Just making sure she's balanced carefully on the edge of the gin bucket.
Just shut it. It's an afternoon one. I'm not on the gin.
Sure.
I was on the gin last night, I have to say, because I was at a party, but it was a party. Hello, everyone. Kaz, I can't believe it. Look, you were here right from the beginning and you're not even in the ratings. And that isn't, Tom hasn't fixed it, I promise.
Yeah. No idea what's gone on there, but it's hilarious.
So hello to Kaz, Carol, TTK, whoever that is.
I've heard he's amazing.
The little crown symbol with the number, if anybody hasn't seen that, that's just something that just YouTube has started doing, where I think it's based on the amount of chatting you do. But judging by the amount of chatting that Kaz does, I don't understand why she's not even got a number. That's hilarious. Especially after what happened last time.
Yeah.
Did I say hello to Carol? Hello, Carol. And I saw a new name. Where is it? Grumpy Pasta. I think that's a new name to me. Grumpy Pasta's number 1 too.
It's not even big, funny and clever. Well, according to YouTube, I'm 75 XP bigger, funnier and clever.
Hello, Linda. Have I missed anyone? I don't think so, have I? I think I saw Kate. Did I see Kate? Hi, Kate. Is that it for now? Yes. Right, okay, brace yourselves. I'm going to do the big reveal. If I can remember which button to push. Wait a moment. 1 moment, please. Bear with. There it is. Hello.
There it is.
Oh, God. Believe it or not, this is what I'm working on today, Christmas in July. And I've also got the beginnings of our Bonkers quilt to show you kind of how I'm doing. Do you know what, Tom? I took a video, and only a really, really short video, and Discord won't let me upload it. So I'm going to have to put it on YouTube and do a link that way. But I just got John to film me sort of showing the quilt and all the pieces that I've tacked on ready. But yeah,
fun.
Yeah, Discord was trying to make me buy Nitro in order to upload such a big file. I thought, well, it's only about blooming 30 seconds. It's probably longer, actually.
Yeah.
Hi, Sharon.
Oh, Grumpy Pasta is
Hi,
your
Jen.
You're not. Are you in the same house, Grumpy Pasta and Kaz? Because if so, that might be why there's not a ranking for Kaz, because it's trying to stop you from having 2 people from the same place.
Oh.
Having rankings.
Could be. Is it being that clever?
It's possible. If you're not in the same house, then
It's
it
been
just
a while. I
takes you.
usually watch with Kaz. Right. Okay. Oh, hang on. I've got trigger thumb again. I've clicked on something I didn't mean to. There we
She's
go.
done it.
Maybe that's it. Maybe they say, it picks up the same IP address or something. Ha-ha.
So, Grumpy Pasta / Jax, you're going to have to fight for Kaz.
Yeah.
And you are number 1, so you're doing a good job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kaz will just have to enjoy it vicariously.
She's passed the torch.
Yeah. Oh. Coffee. Oh, nearly smacked myself in the face with it. So, yeah, I'm going to go to my split screen in a minute so I can show you what I'm up to.
Ooh.
So this is...
It's Christmas.
Yeah. This is the box I got from Stitch Kit this month. They sent, instead of the after the month, they sent me a Christmas subscription box because they've relaunched that last week. So that people can start crafting ready for Christmas. Not something I usually think about doing, but it does make sense. Now this is meant to be, now I'm going to have to go hands view a minute. This is meant to be a set of 6 coasters, and then I say meant to be because I've got some ideas. And then there's this big one, which is a set of 6 like placemats. They're cute, really beautiful designs, which I'm going to be stitching into, just because I love to hand stitch, but definitely you could just machine quilt them. It'd be quite a quick project. But I've got ideas brewing. And then what else have I got? I've also got this is to make 2 stockings. Well, but actually you could make 4 if you did a plain back on them, but yeah, 2 really. Whoops, that's alive. But I'm not going to be touching that today. There's also bias binding, lining, iron-on interfacing, pins, thread, everything in there. The idea I've got, let's see what everybody thinks. So with the what should be coasters, what I'm going to do is use some of the red backing and some of this wadding that I've got anyway. I'm going to stitch on them, then add the backing, use some of the binding, finish them off so they would work as a coaster, but then I'm going to put a little removable sticky on the back to make it into like a Christmas card. So it'll be like a Christmas card, but you can take the thing off and use it as a coaster. I thought it'd be cute, like a gift card together. Hey Mandy!
Hi Mandy, hi Alice.
So that's I'm going to kind of make a start on them today, I think. And then this is one, see what you think about this idea, guys. So what I'm thinking is, instead of making the placemats, although they would kind of look nice on my dark blue tablecloth, but I just think there's only 3 of us. We don't tend to lay a big Christmas table like that anymore, do we, so much? So I'm thinking,
No.
But what I quite fancy doing is kind of cannibalising these. I'll put all the iron-on interfacing that came in the kit on the back of them, and then I'm going to kind of fussy cut. I was going to say cussy fut then. That's what we used to call them. I'm going to cussy fut them. Fussy cut parts of these images and layer them up to create a little kind of almost like a shadow box, or maybe even 2. I love these little houses in the background, and I like the idea of having throwing stuff all over the shop, having that in the foreground. I don't know, I'm gonna be messing with these quite a bit. I love that one. I love the idea of Tom was saying about cutting the windows out and putting lights behind and things. So I could make it could even be interactive. I could create little pockets.
Yeah.
I could create little pockets. So look at the hiding. So that things could be moved about, and I don't know. I want to do something quite fancy with that, but I don't think that's something I can concentrate on during a live stream. So I'm going to pick on these for today.
Yeah. When it comes to the lighting stuff, people have done a lot of things fairly recently for wearable electronics.
Ooh.
So you can get thread, which is conductive, which you can use for bringing the power to the LEDs and so on.
Wow, really? What, that you can actually stitch with thread?
Yeah.
Normal.
It might not
like
be pleasant
thread.
to stitch with, but
like metallic thread isn't pleasant to stitch with, is it?
But there are things designed to combine electronics and textiles.
And it's amazing what you can get glow in the dark these days as well. Glow in the dark yarn, fabric, thread. Yeah. Who have I missed people? I've missed people here. That's the trouble. Then I have to scroll back on here and go back to this bit again.
Well,
hey Sylvia,
if I was Alice,
hello.
If I was Alice, I'd be very offended because you said hello to Mandy, but not to Alice.
Oh, hello Alice. I missed you. Sorry.
It's very rude. I said hello to her because I'm not a monster, but you know.
Hello to Fabulous Jax. Hello to Jan. Little Sparrow. Lucy. Ah, nice to see you all. To see you nice. Right, so I've got some of these threads which actually came in a little parcel from Lou. I think sent me these the other day. I've been having some lovely pieces in for the quilt. Is this a good time to show what I've got on the quilt so far, or should I wait a little while to see if other people... I don't have to get it all out again twice.
Early,
leave it a little while.
Yeah,
okay.
Because people wouldn't expect us to have started actually doing anything yet. No one was still saying hello at this point.
That is true. So I think I've got quite a big piece of the iron-on interfacing, but I think I'm going to save that for doing my table matty bit, because with that I'm going to be fussy cutting. It might be enough to do this as well, actually. There probably is. Yeah, I think with this I'm just going to put wadding on the back, just to stitch in wadding on the back. So all I need to do with these is cut them and then cut pieces of wadding to fit at the moment.
Maddie says they're waving like mad women. To be fair, that's the only way you can wave. So
that looks so funny because I've got this set there so that it looks like I'm a section in the fabric, doesn't it? Look.
Yeah.
I just confused myself then. How the hell has that happened?
You've got some amazing digital fabric.
I've got some of this.
Some kind of Lord of the Rings print, presumably.
Shut up. I got some of this thread, some of that stuff I got cheap on eBay that I've been collecting up for the Bazaar event. So I thought this would be good for doing like Father Christmas's beard. And then there was even a twinkly one, which I hate using metallic thread, but maybe it won't be too bad with this. So what it seems to be is like 2 strands of the wool mix stuff and an extra strand of the metallic. That's what they seem to have done. So I thought that would be nice for doing like little French knots for the snow, and so they've got a bit of a twinkle. So yeah, I'm going to do that. So I've got all this in the kit with this red fabric to use as backing. So what I'll do is I'll do all my stitching with just the wadding first, the hand stitching. Then I'll put the red on the back, quilt them together, and then I'll put the blue bias binding on. Yeah, that's a plan, isn't it? That's a plan. It's a plan. Yeah.
Cass, don't encourage me, or the Hobbit will go off you and stop cheering you on.
Hi, Snoppy. Kaz.
Christmas greetings, my precious.
It's not funny. I might have to go to one of those print your own fabric things and see what I can get now. Yeah, I would, wouldn't it, Sylvia? Thank you for your serious feedback. I'm going to ignore the others.
Yeah. I think my favourite thing is when these equally hobbity people call you a hobbit.
Yeah, there's no really tall people. No, there are some. No, we have been into the height thing before. Yeah. There are a few people who are taller. I'm missing the chat up there because I can't scroll it up on there, can I? No, but somebody said something I wanted to respond to, and now I've lost it.
Was it Sharon talking about French knots?
Yes, what was Sharon? So, practicing with French knots today after 60 years of embroidering, I've recently learned that I've been doing them wrong all that time.
Isn't there something similar to a French knot?
There's a colonial
you kind
knot.
Of do something the other way round.
There's a colonial knot. Which
have you been doing colonial knots instead of French knots?
They're kind of similar. I quite enjoy doing colonial knots, actually. I prefer them than anything.
And frankly, if you've been doing French knots wrong, but you've been getting the right result, have you been doing them wrong?
Yeah, if they look fine, can they be wrong?
Perhaps you've just discovered a better way.
I sometimes like making messy French knots on purpose, but I got told off for that by my boss at the craft shop.
Not colonial, just messed up the knots.
She made me do them again. Yeah. I can't do my normal. Go on.
I've seen a lot of people talking about French knots being hard. I didn't find them difficult myself.
Yeah, but
I might have
you
just got
find
lucky.
Embroidery very easy.
Well, that's just because it is.
I don't know which one to do first. I was thinking I'd do this one. But then I'm thinking lots of opportunity for little French knots in red there as well.
Yeah.
Okay, which one? Right, I'm going to put them out the way. I'm going to narrow the choices a bit. Okay, everybody, top or bottom?
Well, I've always got to say bottom because
it's bottom.
The bottom one does look a bit more hobbity.
It does not. I like that this one has got the...
Actually, no, that was quite small too.
This one's got the light in the middle and a little bird with the steaming bowl of... I don't know what that is. It's probably blooming porridge. I'm going to imagine it's a nice risotto.
Yeah.
I don't know why a robin would be giving Father Christmas a bowl of risotto, but Hey, Renee.
I don't know why Robin would be giving Father Christmas anything.
Jen is saying top. Kaz said bottom, but Kaz probably only said bottom because it was bottom. Didn't you say bottom? Renee's bottom. I think there's more bottoms than tops. Sylvia's top. Santa and risotto.
Classic tale.
Which one will show up better on camera? Which one will...
I think that one's a bit more camera suitable.
In terms of showing stitches...
You'd get more contrast with your stitches on the top one, probably.
Yeah. Sometimes when there's too much light cut area, the camera just kind of bleaches everything out a bit.
Yeah. Bottom one might look great and feel great with the textures, but that won't come through on a camera so well.
Exactly. I mean, I would like to say there's a chance I'll do both, but it's very, very unlikely. Nice deployment.
There's a chance you'll do one, maybe.
There's a chance I'll start one. Nice deployment of the easy emoji there, Kaz.
Yeah.
Hey, Nikki. Don't tell me like he's thinking. I don't even know what you're talking about. Oh, our first
Thanks
bing
for
bong.
joining us. Remember to like and subscribe.
Yes.
And if you've got a dog listening along, we apologise.
I prefer the more polite one we had the other day, which was more kind of, if you like what you might want to,
Well, that's one of the ones it'll choose.
Not
at
colonial,
random.
just messed up knots.
Yeah.
We had to pick some accents that was a little bit easier to understand and that didn't try and say your name as Tiatiatikya.
Yeah.
Which is fair enough because, Okay, well, I'm going to embarrass myself by doing French knots in front of everybody now. Yeah, if you like the waffle. That was a good one. I liked that one. Okay, I still haven't decided. Were there more? Avon calling. Probably top one for showing up. Right, I'm going to take Tori's expertise because she's a videoing expert, and I'm going to do the top one.
Yes.
I've been binging people's videos today, Tori's included. Some of Susie Q's. Trying to catch up because I'm just so behind on what everybody's been doing.
Yeah.
That Japanese technique you've been doing, Tori, is incredible. Got to try it. You know all that foam board that you got, Tom?
Yeah.
It's an excellent use for that. Do you remember last week in the live stream follow along we saw a new technique that Tori had been doing? It's that. It uses that foam board that you've got those big pieces of, so I should probably be scrounging some more of that, although I do have some already. Yeah.
I'll be selling it at
and
a good price.
It's no stitching involved either. It's just pressed it. You cut the shape into the foam board and you use double-sided film over the top. And so I've got the double-sided sticky and you've got the foam board. And I've got plenty of scraps of fabric, so yeah. Right, okay, I'm going to do that.
Guess I'm choosing to read just the first 4 words of your message there. I quite like Tom. Yes, Tom's all right. He's the best, one
Sounds
might
like
say.
an airport. It does a bit, the announcement. I think that might have been called an airport announcement, was it, Tom? I know one of the ones we looked at was.
Well, yeah. Unfortunately, some of them were like that meme of the guy talking into a drum.
Oh, yeah, that was so funny. Yeah.
Just an impression of all announcements and stations.
Bing bong. Yeah. Look, I even got pretty pins in the kit. Lovely, pretty colours.
You'll lose all of those in 2 days.
Well, that's why you always need a lot of pins and needles because they always do get lost. I'm just going to cut this really
Where do
roughly.
they end up?
I don't know. Well, some of them end up in a sofa.
Some will end up in John.
Tom finds them with his bum.
I haven't found any yet. John certainly has, by
No,
the sound
he
of it.
definitely has, yeah.
Yeah.
Right, that's that. I've got something to start on. Can you believe it? Me, crafting in July. Christmas crafting in July.
I can't believe you crafting on stream.
Yeah, but no, Wednesdays I usually manage something, don't I?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. Right, I'm going to just... actually, that's the stupidest place to put it. I'm going to... all the nice pins.
Like bump.
I think you can call it bump. Yeah, it's more batting than wooding, I suppose, isn't it? It is, yeah, it is a kind of... It's the synthetic type bump.
Gollum has them in his pocket since.
Yeah. Right, I'm going to tack round first. It's probably a waste of the thread they put in the kit because that's lovely Gutermann thread and all, but it is nice to stitch with.
Yeah, knittingand.com. That's an awkward name to say. It's probably best to obsessively look for them rather than accidentally find them with your feet.
Yeah. I haven't seen Knitting Ant before.
No. Do you have an easier name we can call you than knittingand.com?
I'm going to call you Nitty. Nitty, as in Nitty Nora. No, we used to have Nitty Nora was the knit nurse at school. Who remembers Nitty Nora? That was definitely of its time. Although I have to say, I don't remember ever having knits as a kid. But I can remember it going mad around you two's school. And you getting them one time. Just after I'd had a perm and the hairdresser had told me not to go anywhere near it with a comb for at least a week. I had to get the knit comb on it.
Awkward.
Oh, Nitty Nora. Hi, Sarah.
That's a lot easier.
I will promptly forget that now as well. So, Des, what I'm making is I've got the contents of my... I'm not going to show it all again. I've got the contents of my stitch kit box. They've got me crafting in Christmas. Crafting in July. No. Doing Christmas in July. And there's a whole set of placemats, coasters, there's a couple of stockings, all in this lovely kind of quilting fabric. So, obviously you could make quite a quick project out. In fact, that box I've got is called the Quick Project Box. That's like only a 25 quid box, can you believe it? But of course I'm not going to make it quick, and of course I'm not going to do it all with a machine, but you could if you wanted. I'm going to do some hand stitching. So what I'm doing this afternoon is I've just cut one of the coaster pieces. I'm going to do some hand stitching. When I'm all done with that, I'll put it together with some of the backing fabric they sent, bind it with some of the binding, turn it into a coaster, and then I'm going to turn the whole thing into a Christmas card so that the person who gets it can take it off the card and use it as a coaster. So like a gift card stroke gift. If that makes sense. Is that making sense?
Yeah.
And I think now there's quite a few people here. Oh, God, yeah, Tori, I remember that. I was so grossed out by that.
Yeah, kids are already good enough at spreading things amongst themselves.
That's
they
why...
do not need help.
I do think it's very possible that one of the reasons that I don't remember having knits as a kid is that I wasn't one for getting close to other kids and doing all that. I didn't have any friends. Nobody wanted to get close to me. Because it's that getting close together, head to head. You know, knits can't jump. They might be able to fall, but they can't jump or fly. They have to move person to person. Yes, Mandy, we got scabies. And that was supposed to have been because of our stepfather at the time working on a farm. He came home with it and then we got it and we all got covered with calamine lotion. It was itchy and sore. God, I remember that. I also remember the whole thing on, there were always notices on buses saying coughs and sneezes spread diseases. Because, of course, when we were kids, it wasn't that long since people were still getting TB and things, you know. And it was really important that you coughed into a hanky and then got rid of the hanky, or, in those days, took it home to wash it. Okay, I'm going to tack this, like, around the outside where the stitching won't show later on. And then once it's tacked into place, I can do a bit of fun stitching. I think once I've tacked this around, I'm going to show you what I've got for the quilt so far, because I've had such beautiful pieces in. Like I said earlier on, I did film it so I could show everybody, but Discord won't allow me. I thought I'll film it, I'll upload it to the live stream follow along room, and then we can all have a look in a minute. Thought I was being clever, but no, Discord wouldn't let me upload. The file was too big. So what I'll do is I'll just put that as a little kind of unlisted video on my YouTube channel later, and I'll share a link to you to. I'll share a link in the Facebook group and the Discord community later. Just so people can see, you know, if they've sent a piece in, they can see their piece on there already, and just so we can everybody can get an idea of kind of where we're going with it. Yeah. I spread it all out on the big coffee table downstairs so I could get to it. Yeah. In the 1980s, my kids had to have the TB jab as we've been. Oh yeah. And I had to have like when I was working in healthcare years ago, I had to have things like hepatitis jabs and stuff because, and I know like someone who worked for the old water board down at the Southwest Water Board. He had to have jabs for hepatitis because you could still get it from, I don't know what, from the water or something. I don't know. From dirty drains he had to do with. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, he had to have them as well.
Gross.
Yeah, thank goodness we've, you know, a lot of these things have been wiped out now.
This is why I get so annoyed with anti-vax people.
I knew I was going to set you off.
Yeah. Just the selfishness just bugs me.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. And basically, if the rest of us weren't having them, they wouldn't have the luxury of being able to have that choice, really.
Yeah. Just people who've not experienced the things that, thankfully, I haven't experienced because of vaccinations. Yeah. They just can't think of others. Just,
I even wasn't Ian Jury. Wasn't it polio that he had as a kid?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I know he's not with us anymore, but I mean, he died young, didn't he? He was perhaps not my generation, but he wasn't as old as my parents, you know, so that is very much within living memory, people still being seriously affected by diseases like that, which are kind of pretty much wiped out in this country now.
Some of which are making a comeback because of anti-vaxxers.
Well, yeah.
Which is terrifying.
Kaz is ranting along with you. Carol remembers nursing in the 70s and had to have the smallpox vaccination, as a necessity. You didn't have a choice. I think if you worked in the NHS, you had to have the standard, whatever the standards were at the time, whether you liked it or not. Nobody was able to say, no thanks, I choose not to have that. It was like, well, bye then, go and get a different job.
Yeah.
You know, it was for your own protection and people around you,
It's the people around you part. It's like
the vulnerable people.
Our recent pandemic, there are people like my age and younger say, well, it's only really a problem for old people, so I'll be fine. But never mind you. You're threatening to kill other people. Yeah. You're happy to take the risk, but don't make that decision on someone else's behalf.
I think there might have been a slightly different attitude about things had it affected children, which thank God it didn't. But, you know, I think that might have given some people a bit of a different perspective on it. Maybe. Had it affected younger people, you know. But, right, okay, that's my tacking done.
Just because someone's older than they are, so, well, their life doesn't matter anymore. Yeah. They've already been alive.
Yeah, they've had their time. Why do they need to protect them? Exactly, yeah. I'm all set to do a bit of fun stitching now. Using those in a minute. But shall we have a look at the quilt?
Yes, I think that's probably a good idea now.
Yeah, everyone of a certain age has that. I've still got my injection arm scar. Oh, my injection arm. Oh, that's interesting. When you emigrated to Australia, Sarah. Yeah. Anyway, let's get off that hobby horse, shall we?
Yeah.
I forgot what I'm doing. I want a different scene. Room view. Okay, I'm going to stand up for this. And I'm going to remember to put my headphones on, so don't talk about me, Tom.
Don't tell her, but she's very, very short.
I can almost hear him, even though I can't.
Yeah. See, in the last stream, I had to adjust the camera downwards because she was disappearing off the bottom of the screen.
Right, okay, here we go.
That's why she looks taller now than normal.
So I have just put them on, just like randomly, almost kind of threw them and stitched them where they landed because I just couldn't even start to make decisions about where they should go. So here we go.
It looks really big. It's actually just a tea towel.
Turn it round.
If I held it up, it would just... Little borrower.
Turn it round, turn it round. It looked much better when I did the video.
Oh dear. I didn't say anything, you can't prove it.
Yeah. In the what's he been saying?
Nothing, just Snoppy said, is it a very small quilt? I was just being nice.
No, it's massive. It's massive. How very dare you? I should be listening to him, looking back at all this later on, I warn you, people. Snoppy is turning into a right troublemaker. Oh, have a nice rest of your afternoon, Tori. Nice to see you. Oh, I didn't do the what's the name, Brucey impression.
Oh, it's grassing me right up.
There's a smallpox outbreak in Yorkshire in the early 60s. My dad had to visit the woolen mills as part of his job. It's an outbreak in one of the mills. So you all had vaccine. Wow, smallpox. I mean, you don't think of that as being something like it, in living memory even, really, do you? Yeah.
Yeah.
We're so lucky now, really. I really think, one of the things that's always said is that more people, after the First World War, more people were killed by that outbreak of flu. The Spanish flu, wasn't it? They called it. Wasn't written anything to do with Spain, I don't think. But, that killed more people than the actual war had. It's scary. I mean, these days...
Mm.
Oh, no, with COVID, a lot, sadly, far too many people died from that. But it was eventually got under control, and it didn't end up with that kind of a...
It's just sad to think how many people unnecessarily died and suffered because of selfishness.
Yeah, it's a great start, isn't it?
Guess when you stop grassing me up.
Kaz. Did he?
She already snitched once, but you didn't notice, so she did it again.
No, I did. I'm going to have a look at the... I'm going to put a thing in... I'm going to put a link in the chat. Oh, no, I'm not. That didn't work, did it? I'm not in the window. Okay. And that will give you a link to our Discord. And a message. Oh, I've done the wrong one.
Show us what you're doing in the live stream follow along room in our Discord.
I don't know.
I didn't push anything. Seriously,
you must have pushed list of members.
No, I haven't. How would I have clicked list of members?
That's a good question.
That is weird. Okay. Okay. I don't know. I must have meant to go on Discord Peak or something. I don't know.
Yes, those are some of our lovely members who are amazing.
Maximum size for blocks. Do you mean to go on the quilt, Sylvia? Firstly, blocks is kind of misleading because it doesn't need to be blocks. It can be blocks. If you want to do squares or rectangles or whatever, it can be, but it definitely doesn't need to be. So I don't want to mislead anyone by saying blocks, because it could just be a little higgledy-piggledy shape snippet, or a shape, a flower, a heart, whatever. I would say minimum size 5 centimetres. Any smaller is going to get a bit difficult to work with. Maximum size, I was saying 30 centimetres, but looking at how it's filling up now, I think maybe 20, let's say 20 centimetres. It's very difficult to gauge. But
the thing that Magpie Sue did recently, put it in the general chat, is a perfect example of it thoroughly not needing to be square.
Yeah, I could do the Discord link. Now, I'd so confused myself by pressing the wrong button then and putting the list of members up instead of... I usually go to Discord. I don't think I meant to click on that. I think I did that to wake my mouse up and it was there. I think that's what's happened.
Yeah, that could be it.
Yeah, and actually I don't need to click this mouse to wake it up. I can just move the trackball, can't I? So I didn't even need to do that. Because I don't normally go onto Discord without going in there first to make sure I'm not in a private chat, which is what I'm doing now. Excuse me, sounding a bit snotty again today. Here it is. Live stream follow along. I'm going to go back to the ones we missed last week, and then I have put a photo in of the quilt before I tacked all the pieces on. But we missed some photos that people put on last Saturday as well. So, oh my God, someone's got crocheted shorts. Love it. Oh, what? Right, okay. I'm going to take us to Discord now. So
yeah, Kerry, blame the heat.
That link I put in now, that link I put in just now, which is now long gone. If you're in our Discord, that will take you to the live stream follow along. If you're not in our Discord, it will invite you to join, but you probably need to install the Discord app first, but it is all free. And I just want to say, it's just made me think as well, I'm finding that a few people, I'm not seeing it till the next day when I watch this back to catch up on the chat. A few people are leaving comments either under the video in the normal comment bit, or even in the live stream follow along, or the general chat in Discord, or even on the Facebook group under the post that I do to say we're going live, thinking and going, hello everybody, as if like I think they think they're in the live chat. So if you're one of the people doing that and wondering why we're ignoring you, you need to open the live chat window. Like when you're in on a PC, it appears to the right of the video window. When you're on a phone, I don't know where it appears. It's different on different devices, isn't it? If you're watching on the telly, you can't see it at all. So what people do is watch it on their telly, and then they have their phone as well with the live chat window up. But you need the live chat window. It will say top chat or live chat at the top. And that's what is now, Tom's done this thing now where it actually appears up here on our screens as well, which makes it a little bit easier it's certainly easier for me to read. So yeah, I just wanted to mention that as well. But let's kind of have a look at Discord.
Yeah, if you don't see your chat messages showing up on that overlay on the video,
you're in the wrong place.
You can't see them either.
There's a little bit of a lag. You might not see them instantly. There's a tiny bit of a lag, but it shouldn't be too much of a lag. Well, I'm going to do Discord Pink now. Or I'm not. Yes, I am. Okay. So this is Gemma. So I think this was posted. Yes, this was during the live on Saturday, just gone. So, but we didn't see this at the time. She's working on a jumper from the May box, so this must be from the Stitch Kit box. And she's finished a pair of shorts. Look at these crochet shorts. I've seen pictures of people wearing them, but not like real people. Do you know what I mean? Like, just like models wearing them on Etsy and stuff. Love this. Yeah. Love that yarn. Gemma's probably not here today. I haven't seen her in the
Mandy.
Chat. Hi, Mandy. We've got two Mandys again today.
Oh. Double Mandying it.
Hey! Hats off to that man for wearing crochet shorts. A little boy there is enjoying it by the look of it. Look how proud he looks. Good for him. Now, is he going to go outside in them?
Well,
I guess if they're crocheted in cotton, they probably feel quite nice, actually.
Yeah.
I can remember my mum telling stories about her. Do you remember this, Mandy? Stories about having a knitted swimsuit when she was little, and it kind of stretching when it got wet, and like,
oh dear,
yeah, falling. Yeah. Basically ends up exposing you because
I was going to say those shorts definitely need an undershort of some kind.
Yeah, because they're a bit see-through. And then I don't think Arile's here today, but look at this amazing bowl she made. She went to a class, I believe. Look at this. I love that.
Some of these came in response to our talking about different clays, I believe.
Ah, right. We were talking about air drying clay, paper clay. Did she say what this was then?
Yeah.
I don't think she
possibly
has on the post. Love that way that texture's in there. I'd love to go to a workshop like that. And then she's made this little creature too. Look at the creature.
That is
He's
Bulbasaur.
got a little bum. Love it. Bulbasaur, what's that from?
Pokemon.
Ah, you see, I don't know
And
these
that
things.
circular thing on the box there is a Pokeball.
Oh, you see, these references go right over my head.
Yeah, has too many things. Wee, because you're short.
There's Ellen's flock of chickens. I'm not listening to you. Ellen's flock of chickens waiting to go. I don't know how she can let them go now. I would be definitely crafting them a hen house and just keeping them, I think. I think she's always intended for them to go, though.
Those are videos, those chicken things as well.
Oh, yeah. Shall I put it on?
Yeah, you might as well.
Is it going to work?
Yeah.
There's no music or anything. Oh, it's only very short anyway.
Yeah, it's... Yeah.
I like the little label she's put on them.
Oh, little tiny ones.
And they're cute little chick.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Very nice labels.
Here's the quilt. This is when I just chucked them all out on the floor and tried to get a picture. And then I walked around and videoed each one and zoomed into each one. But that's what Discord wouldn't let me upload.
Yeah.
But yeah,
so that's a tea towel.
So I've just laid them on. You can see how massive it is. I mean, that's almost our entire sitting room floor, really.
Yeah. Hey, FrizzyBee.
Hey, FrizzyBee. Kaz keeps talking to the screen so you can... Yeah, I do that all the time. I shout at it sometimes. Depends on what's going on. So yeah, these ended up slightly rearranged after this. And this big one on the bottom hasn't gone on there yet because that was sent to me by a friend of mine. And it wasn't actually intended for the quilt, but I think she'd like the idea of going on the quilt. But if we run short of space, it won't go on. So, but it would be useful if I do need to fill in a big space. So yeah, you can see already, and I know there's a few more pieces. People have already asked me for addresses. Few more pieces to come in. Obviously, we'll be working on it during the event. But I think during the event, what we might end up doing is working on making small pieces to fill in the gaps, stitching between them to blend everything together, and that kind of thing. I think that's possibly what we'll end up doing more of during the actual event. Yeah. So yes, but it's already filling up. Yeah. Oh, look at this! As Sue's making this. Oh no! This is from Tori. Oh no, I don't want to see yet. Oh, is this the Pass the Box one? I haven't got to this video yet. Oh, this must be the Pass the Box from.
Spoilers.
Is this the part? Oh no, Tori's gone now, and I don't know if Sue's here. She might be working and lurking anyway. I reckon this is. Oh, I've got to have a look now. Oh, look. How adorable is that? We've been doing this Pass the Box project, and I reckon that's what this is. Oh. And if so, then Tori must have just put a video, because I was looking at Tori's videos this morning and it wasn't there. I'm sure it wasn't there then because I'd watched it. So maybe that's the one that's just gone up. Does anybody else know? Hey, Tracy Ann. Oh, there's Sue. Only got it today and uploaded the video earlier. Ah, that makes sense then. Oh, he's called Zane. All right, so Sue Matthews is Sue Matthews Art. She's linked in the description box below, and Tori is, of course, KoolKookyKreatures. She's also linked in the description box. All of the people that are like kind of regulars in the chat who have YouTube channels should be linked in the description box. So I'll have a good look at that later then. He's gorgeous. So Snoppy is tacking the quilt onto the cotton wadding as I need to move it around, and I want the reverse to be using up some of the pieces left over. Yeah, sometimes you have to do a bit of juggling, don't you? Love those colours, Snoppy. So is this going to be an actual quilt? Like a, or are you putting it together to be a cushion cover or something? She's saying quilt, so yeah. Beautiful. Love the colours and patterns in that. Oh, Kerry, I didn't even have to read who that was. I knew that was Kerry. So this is iCAD. This year's iCAD. Let's have a look at some of these. Oh, I love that.
Hey, Tracy Ann.
I'll tell you what, Kerry, you could do some lovely children's books with your art style, especially if they could be kind of interactive or pop-up or something. That would work really well, wouldn't it? Along with the car on. Love his. I just got trigger thumb then. Love that. I always like anything that's kind of layers looking through. But it's kind of what I'm talking about doing with some of the those stitch kit pieces I was just showing. You know.
Yeah.
I don't know what the prompts are here, but I'm just enjoying the art for the sake of it. No, that one must have been bronze. Autumn.
I guess
bicycle. So. Yeah. Road. Yeah, I do. Lighthouse. Oh, love it. Love it. That's checkerboard. Back to bicycle.
Have you guys seen those hallways with a sort of warped checkerboard like that, designed to stop people from running in hallways?
It would make you stop,
wouldn't it? Your brain just does not like it.
Yeah. Sylvia, what are you doing?
Johnny Crash is brilliant.
Crash. Is he going to be a country singer? I love it. Johnny Crash, and he's got a broken arm and everything. Oh, okay, I'll shut up.
Please remember to like the stream if you're enjoying our waffle.
Your Pass the Box project inspired me to make my mum a Betty Boop doll. Oh, I bet that's cute. I'll tell you what, once you realise... Yeah, see, now you will have to make 100 more dolls. Once you realise that, like... Because I think people sometimes think, oh, making dolls, that's going to be difficult. Once you realise it's actually not, just make up as you go. It don't matter, you know. You can do it however works for you.
Any mistake can just be called a stylistic choice.
Yeah, and there's so many YouTube videos. If you think, oh, I can't think how to do hair or whatever, there's so many YouTube videos on it. Yeah. Yeah, I think some similarities there, Kaz. I love Johnny. I love Johnny. Yeah, Johnny Crash. I was thinking I got the first name wrong. I got the second name wrong. Johnny Crash. So is he for any specific reason, Sylvia? Is this for a particular thing that's going to be happening? What's the story? Yeah, not funny, Tom.
She's going to do an uppercut to me.
Yeah, Perfectly Sweet Angels, probably not. Hi, Claire. You're not that late. You're not that late. You haven't missed much.
A village scarecrow competition. Sounds good.
Oh, I've seen some villages do that. You find yourself driving through a village and thinking, why are there scarecrows everywhere? And it's a thing, isn't it? Your fracture boots. Are you going to put a sign saying that he's called Johnny Crash in case people don't? I mean, you can see it. You can see it in the face there, but yeah, I love that. We were just laughing the other day, weren't we? Because someone had made a lap for their cats to sit in.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Let's come out of this now. Go back to what I was doing. So yeah, I'm working on this today. We've had a peek at the quilt to see how it's going so far. If anybody wants to send a piece in for the Bonkers quilt that we've just been showing, you need to email me. So there's my link trees in the description box. I always point down wherever the description box is on your device. Click on the link tree. Several things will come up, including the Discord community, Facebook group, blah blah, and my email address. If you email me, I'll let you have my address to send your piece to. And it only needs to be a little teeny weeny piece, or it could be as big as sort of 20 centimetres or so. Doesn't need to be square. You can put it on a square piece if that's easier to handle, but you know, like what a lot of people have done. I'll try and find an example. So like this one from Viviana, it's a heart shape, but she's put it on a big square of fabric to work on, but that will get overlapped. I won't overlap the heart, obviously, but this part will all get overlapped with other things. That would be rude, yeah. Or it could just be a shape like this, or I'm trying to show some different. This one, that's one from Sharon. And I did think, actually, the other one I've left open because I thought it might be fun to leave it as a pocket and put something inside. Quite like that idea. Square one there. Trying to find another. There we go. That's another one where you've got a big expanse of fabric around it and I just tacked it on. But obviously we will overlap other pieces here on all this blank area. So, yeah. And I'm trying to find one that's just, the one I did that's just like, yeah. It could just be higgledy-piggledy shapes put together like that. And something like this where you've got the loose shapes means you can overlap it or underlap it to make it fit in with other pieces. And then we'll do lots of stitching to blend everything together at the end. So look at this piece I'm creating Craft with Christine. Look at that. So I'm gradually, now I've caught up on most of my opening my heart swaps videos, I've gradually will start getting the videos out where I've been opening these pieces people have been sending. So if you haven't seen yours yet, I haven't forgotten. I've got a lot of backlog.
And not enough hours in the day.
Not enough hours in the day. Well, it's not even backlog, it's kind of front log, really.
Yeah.
Why does that sound a bit rude? It's not meant to.
No.
Okay, so you were saying earlier on about where do needles and things go. Where did that needle go? I was literally just using it. It's probably scooped up with that quilt somewhere now. Never mind. Okay. Oh, it's hot in here.
Yes, Sylvia.
Let's choose
Johnny
my
Cash
needle.
Hurt. Excellent song.
Let's see
Always
if that will
surprises
go
me
through.
that it was a cover of a Nine Inch Nails song. Because, yeah.
9 Inch Nails. Oh, that's
Yeah.
rough. That's rough. That one is going to bin. It's not often. In fact, it's so rare, I can't remember what I did last time, that I actually have to throw a needle away. But this one is a bit blunt and its coating is all kind of corroded. Hang on. It's not going to do it.
Focus.
Yeah, you can see. That one.
Yeah, no, that's not right.
That one needs to go. What do we do with old needles? Do we just wrap them in something? Wrap them in a bit of tape or something so it doesn't prong someone and put them in the bin? Or can I find a use for it? Have you seen Johnny's recent video, Read What's in the Box? It's Sashiko and a bit of it. Oh, I've been talking to Johnny, so I sent him that Sashiko box ages ago because Johnny and I used to always do the What's in the Box boxes, and we're going to start them up again. So he's got a couple of boxes I've sent him that he's not done anything with yet, and I've got a couple that he sent me. So we're going to catch up and we're going to start sending each other boxes again. So we're talking about the Sashiko. So I'll ask him to do a little piece to go on the quilt. That's a good idea. Yeah. They need to go in. Oh, well, I'll put it in Tom's sharp style bin then.
Yeah, bring it around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what would you do if you didn't have access to that? I suppose a nearby pharmacy would have one that you could use.
You could stick it in a piece of cork or something.
Yeah, Jodie was wondering the same thing. Yeah. That's a good idea. You could save them in. You could. It would take you a long time to fill up even quite a small container, wouldn't it, with needles? And then eventually you could go and find a chemist or something. And like Granny Sue says, yeah.
I found that with replaceable razor blades, the packaging that they slide out of has a container on the back that you can put the used ones back in.
Yeah, that's a good idea, isn't it? Yeah, I noticed that just recently.
So I suppose you could do something similar with the packaging the needles come in.
Yeah.
But
yeah, maybe. Yeah, I can't thread my needle now.
Tic Tac box is a good shout. That would take a long time to fill.
Yeah.
Yeah, used rotary cutter blades, similar problem.
Yeah. I've just got a stack of them. They're in my drawer marked blades with all the new blades. I've got one marked new and one marked old. Eventually I'll have to actually find a home for them, a way of disposing of them.
You can, with blades like that, make them slightly safer by sort of grinding the edge off with a bit of sandpaper a bit more. Because obviously they're already fairly blunt when you're getting rid of them, because otherwise why would you be getting rid of them? But not blunt enough that they're not going to be a problem. so you can blunt them even more.
I'm actually doing something.
Ooh.
I know.
How unusual.
Do you know, I wish we get that, we would still get, which we used to, and I think they still have in other countries, is the old-fashioned pill pots, you know, with the little, a bit like what you used to get for putting camera films in as well. We just get the cardboard packs with the plastic blister packs inside, which are a bit of a bummer to get rid of as well. But those old-fashioned kind of containers with the screw top or flip top lids, you could do things with them. You could actually reuse them for things.
Yeah.
Now, somebody in the Facebook group, was it Karen Lee? I can't remember. Somebody in the Facebook group was saying that they were collecting up various unusual things, such as empty pill packets. They were collecting them up and they were going to get money for them for charity, because I think TerraCycle do a scheme. They get together with the various manufacturers and things to fund these schemes where they recycle difficult things like pill packets, and you can also collect up these things for your chosen charity and get some money back on them. So that's nice. I'm sure at some point it's a tax write-off for whichever companies help to fund the scheme, but it's a good idea.
Oh, sure, but as long as it helps the environment regardless, who cares?
Yeah. One of the things, I don't know if it's one of the things she mentioned, but certainly one of the things I know TerraCycle do handle is, you can't even see what I'm doing there, can you? But it is making a difference. Is empty, spent pen plastic marker cases.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, for goodness sake. There we go. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing that all over. I think it's worth it. I think it will make a difference, won't it?
Yeah,
even
it's
though
going to add some texture.
Yeah. In real life, it will make a difference, but you probably can't see it too well on camera, I imagine. It's a pill bottle that fits the rotary cutter blades perfectly.
Nice.
I think it's nice when there's a kind of soup mix that you used to get, Tom, isn't there?
Yeah.
Was it a Knorr one? And they have...
It was.
Yeah, you describe it, because my voice is a bit sore.
Well, it's just like bulk instant soup mix, and comes in a little plastic container that you can take their sort of designed label off the outside, and then on one side it's got a rough area that you can write on with a pen without it all just wiping straight off again, to make it easy to reuse.
Yeah.
Which is a very good idea, because
it's really thoughtful.
It costs them no extra to do that.
Yeah. And it's always better to reuse before you recycle.
Yeah.
As they say, reduce, reuse, recycle in that order. So
yeah,
if they're facilitating that, then, hats off to them, I think.
Although completely skipping that part, with the exception of using recycled filament, I could 3D print you a little needle-sized container that you could gather needles in and then bring it over all at once to put in the sharps.
From a sharps container.
Yeah.
There's other things I want
to be honest, you could use one of those tat containers that I made you recently.
There's other things I want you to 3D print for me. Before that, though.
Is it a step ladder?
House number for a start.
Stunts.
We only realised the other day that when the landlord got our porch fixed the other day, with basically new windows and doors in it, because they couldn't even use that door anymore. What we didn't realise is we lost the house number. They took that away with the old door, so...
Oh, that was stupid, wasn't it?
You'd like to think that because it's number 89 next door on one side and number 93 on the next, that somebody would think, oh, that's okay, this must be 91 then. But believe it or not, John was walking up the road just around the corner from us the other day, walking from the supermarket or whatever, and this girl stopped him and said, excuse me, can you tell me where can you tell me where number 52 is? Because she said, look, here's number 51 and here's number 53. Where's number 52 gone? And he said, on the other side of the road, obviously. I don't know if this happens in other countries or if it's just a UK thing, but the odd numbers will be on one side and the even numbers will be on the other. But she'd obviously never realised that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. Tracy Ann is saying, looked at your new flat yesterday. Oh, you're not happy with it? So they're coming back to redo the jobs. Oh, dear. Oh, it's a long time to wait, Tracy Ann, isn't it? But at least they're making it all nice for you, which is good, because you know, I've definitely moved into rented places that are not nice. And then you have to spend a lot of time and elbow grease cleaning and, you know, money redecorating yourself, you know. So at least it will be all lovely to move into. It's worth waiting for them to get it right, isn't it? And don't forget to let me know when you've moved in and confirm your new address so that I can send your turtle. Because he's sitting there, he's been wrapped up, sitting at the bottom of my stairs for weeks now. Oh, I'm enjoying this. Because it's mindless. It's just exactly what I need for doing lives. It's probably a bit boring to watch, though. Because you can't really see it, can you? I'll do some French knots in a minute.
I mean...
So Sharon can laugh at me and say, no, that's wrong.
Yeah. Is that the white with the glitter in it, says Sylvia?
No, this is just the plain normal white, because I thought, well, it's nice, it's got that lovely texture. So, you know, the woolliness of it, the sort of thickness of it will be nice for his beard. I'm going to use the metallic one for the snowflakes. I might regret that because I want them to be French knots and I hate using metallic threads anyway. So if it doesn't work, I will just use that for the roof of the houses on one of the others. But it would be nice if I can make it work. I was definitely adding something this.
Vivid Dreams and Susie both saying hello. Hello there.
Say again? Oh, you're seeing something
Vivid
that I'm not
Dreams
seeing.
and Susie Q both saying hello.
Hello, Vivid Dreams and Susie Q. I'm not seeing that. Am I experiencing
It's
a
because
lag?
it was a while ago.
Oh, right.
I was waiting for a pause for breath and it didn't come.
Hi, worker lurker. I've been watching you on YouTube this morning. So I've been catching up on a few people's videos because I've just been so behind lately. I was watching you making that amazing doll. I mean, I'd seen it already, but it's the first time I've had a chance to catch up on the videos. The whole way through, she keeps saying, I can't do this, I have no idea what I'm doing. And she clearly has, because she worked it out. I thought you did such an amazing job, especially as you hadn't done it before. It just goes to show.
Carol says...
Go on.
Goes to show what?
No, go on, you go.
I was going to say, Carol says, get Petite Treasure braid. It's better metallic thread to use.
Petite Treasure? Oh, I've not heard of that. Let's write that down. Oh, for goodness sake. There it is.
Are you struggling to find a pen?
Yeah.
In that room.
I
It is
know.
90% pens.
Now I'm looking for just a little slip of paper. Treasure, Petite Treasure, braid. It seems weird it's called braid when it's thread. I'll look that up.
Maybe it's braided.
Yeah, and that makes it easy to use. I have my gorgeous Stitch Kit pen, which is one of my faves. It is a lovely pen to use. I'll be sad when it runs out. And it's also got the stylus-y thing for using on your iPad or whatever. So it's nice. I should use something like that on my iPad really, and it wouldn't get so gross.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I just looked at a picture of this braid stuff, and it sure does look a bit braidy.
Does it? Oh.
Looks real glittery.
Can you get it on Amazon or whatever, Tom, if you're looking for it?
Probably.
probably and get everything on Amazon. I'll tell you what, I kind of, it goes against the grain a little bit. That Amazon is my first port of call for so many things. But they are so reliable and convenient, and massive choice, good price.
Yeah.
But having said that, when you do actually end up looking around, because there's something specific you're looking for, you think, well, actually, these smaller companies do really well and are actually quite competitive, and I should stop automatically always blimming well thinking Amazon first, Ridiculous, really. They don't even pay their taxes. They go,
You actually can't get that stuff on Amazon.
Yeah, see, you can't get everything. There, look, you can see a difference now, can't you? That's definitely, It's worth doing, isn't it? It brings it to life a bit, I think. I might go around here with some gold metallic thread or something to make that sort of shine a bit.
Yeah.
Because they called this the quick project box, and I think you definitely could just like machine quilt this, and it would be you could have a set of coasters, matching placemats, a couple of stockings done like really fast. But when was I one for doing a fast project?
Not even fast to start the project, let alone finish.
Right, I'm going to try some French knots now, see how we get on. I mean, doing French knots with a 3-ply thing that's wanting to unwind itself like that might be a bit of a tall order.
Maybe.
But we'll see. It's already, I haven't even got it through the needle yet, and it's already trying to unravel. Yeah, this might not last long. It might just end up being used for the roofs of the houses.
Yeah.
Then I can't even get it through the needle, and it's driving me nuts. Oh, what? Look.
Ah, it looks great, yeah. Good job.
No, that's not working. Okay.
Looks like a needle with a slightly bigger eye would be in order there.
It's huge, look. Look at the size of the eye of this needle. I
It's about the same
can't
size
use
as
a bigger
so
one
it's
than
not
that.
big.
If I use a bigger one than that, the whole needle is just going to be too huge.
Yeah,
This is
Lakeside Needlecraft is the site that was showing up when I searched.
Lakeside Needlecraft.
They seem to have lots of good stuff.
Okay, I took my time a bit more with it that time.
Well
Let's
done.
see. I don't think this is going to go well. Because you can see
It's all about confidence.
the layers are already, the strands are already separating.
Yeah, Jodie saying, trying to do the 3-ply with the metallic thread the other day and gave up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair.
I'm going to give it one go, but I'm not going to let myself get stressed out about it. If it doesn't work, I'll move on to something
Use
else.
a little needle threader thing. Be fine. Easy.
It's not just the threading part now. It's the making.
True. Yeah.
Making a French knot is a bit of a tall order, possibly. But
We'll see. Yeah.
let's just do a one wrap.
Thing about French knots.
Let's do it slowly. If they end up
successful.
messy, I'll pretend I did it on purpose. Well, it's made a successful knot. You can't see much of the metallic.
Yeah.
Look. Oh,
Just a dot. The camera does not want to focus quickly today.
there we go. It's that one.
Yeah,
And
super
the metallic
looking.
is all on the inside. It's all turned inside the thing. I'll just keep
Yeah.
going. I'll keep going.
Yeah, sometimes it won't be. Probably.
Some of them I might just do little short, kind of almost seed stitches. Where it's the tiny dots, I'll just do little seed stitches. And they might actually show the metallic more. I think one of the things is going to be to do this quite slowly and carefully. Oh yeah, I'm getting a little glint there. Just a bit of a twinkle. Don't know if you can pick it up on the camera, but...
I think it's going to be one of these things that'll never show as well on camera, isn't it?
yeah.
Because if you had really big stars that you wanted to stand out, you could do a little cross,
Yeah.
like a taller vertical stitch and a small horizontal one.
Yeah, I'm seeing these as snowflakes rather than snars.
Yeah, true.
Stars.
Yeah, snowflakes. That makes more sense. But
yeah.
See,
that's
if
done
you
a
did
nice.
want a star.
That's done a nice little French knot. Hang on.
Oh yeah. Completely
you can't
hiding the
see
metallic.
any of the metallic, can you?
Yeah. Oh, is that you for now, Jax? Thanks for stopping by.
Hope you're feeling better, Jackie. Yeah. That's up to. I'm in the same building, but with flat 5 or 6 instead of flat 4. Okay.
But you still probably shouldn't send it until...
Yeah, I can't send it until I know you're moved in, because otherwise, I don't want it... I'd be really upset if it just got lost because they tried to take it to the wrong place or something. Having made it by hand. Yeah.
Carol's suggesting giving the thread a little wax.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Might help.
I'll try that. I also think one thing that I did realise when I first used this thread, and I've forgotten it now, but I've just reminded myself, is that I've found that it's a little bit more fragile than the stranded cotton, so it was easier just to have quite a short length, like no more than than this, shorter than I would normally use for stranded cotton, because the strands tend to unravel, and then once they unravel it pulls apart really easy, which gets annoying. So yeah, bye Kaz, sleep well.
Congratulations on not beating me in the in the thing today.
Well, I think you were shot in the foot by your own there, to be fair.
Yeah.
Oh, I was just going to get the wax out. Distracted myself, completely forgot. Okay, I'm going to try the wax.
Good job.
I've got some... It's pointless though, because I'm not seeing any of the metallic anyway. Look, nothing. I'm getting nothing.
What if you separate the metallic thread out?
Yeah, and just use that.
And then do it separately afterwards. Like do a little stitch over the French knot with the metallic.
Well, it's quite strong. I could try just using it by itself, I suppose.
It kind of defeats the point of using that thread. But,
it does really, yeah. I'd have been annoyed if I'd have paid a lot of money for that thread.
Yeah. I mean, the metallic bit wants to separate itself regardless. So
yeah, it's true.
That wouldn't be hard. When it's waxed, it should...
It might stick it all together a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then you still need it to end up, coincidentally being the right way round as it goes through to show up in your knot.
Yeah, I don't like this thread. I like the...
Yeah.
Oh, this thing's stupid as well. I like the... I like the wool mix, the rest of it. I just don't like this metallic one.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it one more go through because I can't really feel like I've done anything. Right, let's see how that goes. Oh look, anybody that watched me managing to paint like half a Peggy last Saturday, I did finish them, look. I have done a video finishing them off, but just so you can see it, they did get finished. And I did have a couple with the scrolls on, but I've taken them off again. They're back on the other ones now. But
did you do a lot of your nice newly learned masking trick?
Yes, it worked really well. Yeah, look.
Those are some crisp lines right there.
Yeah, well, not as crisp as some were better than others. But a lot better than I was getting not doing that trick. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely worth doing. Ugh, yuck. Hate this thread. Right, let's see if that waxing has done anything. Bye, Sylvia. See you later.
Everyone dropping out at the halfway point today.
Yeah, that's unusual, isn't it?
Well, they must be sick of you already.
Yeah. Well, I think for Kaz it's like God knows what time. God knows what time at night. She probably should have been in bed ages ago.
Yeah.
And
yeah, it's probably not because they're sick of you.
And Jackie isn't well. Sylvia's had Go on.
You do seem to usually get one unsubscription.
Every time. I always
stream.
get one person unsubscribes during the live stream. And I don't know if it's someone enthusiastically subscribing when they're already subscribed, so it automatically unsubscribes them, or somebody really does think, God, this is awful. Unsubscribe. I don't know. Hard to tell, really. But yeah.
Yeah. Perhaps they're unsubscribing because they don't like how cruelly I treat you.
Yeah. It's a protest.
They think it should be even more cruel.
This is a good example of how this stuff goes. You can see, hang on, if I let it focus a minute. Because I've been pulling it through so many times now, it's not only separated into the two strands, but one of the strands has started to go like that. And I think it's from pulling it through. I found it's better if I use a larger needle because it makes a bigger hole in the fabric. I think that's why it is. So it doesn't damage the thread so much as it goes through. But yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously having it longer, that section is going to get pulled through more and more and more, isn't it? I'm still managing to make okay French knots though. And some of them have actually got a twinkle. Can you see? Sort of, is it picking it up? No, not really.
Not very well, no.
Yeah, but it is. In real life, it is. They are twinkling.
It's always the hardest thing to capture on camera, isn't it?
The ones that are twinkling best are the little seed stitches.
Please remember to like the stream if you're enjoying our waffle.
Please don't unsubscribe. Yeah. I'm about to finish work, so you'll have a... Oh, lovely. Nikki's about to finish work. She won't be working and lurking anymore. Where are you, Sarah? Sarah, isn't it? Where are you if it's midnight there? Are you also in Australia or New Zealand? A lot of our peeps are Australia and New Zealand, aren't they?
Yeah.
Oh, yuck! I can't be doing with this thread anymore. I can't do it. Yuck! No. I just don't see that I'm adding anything by doing it either. I'm going to go on to something else. Another part of this, because I don't think you can really see what I'm doing anyway. And my little French knots are all right. It's just you can't... Yeah, look, they're okay, considering that thread.
Yeah. Yeah, they're very neat and French knotty.
Yeah.
It's not very metallic, which is not really your fault.
I'm going to add a bit of this red, and I've also got leftover from my... These are still left over from my embroidery kit from Stitches. I've still got... I did all those projects, and I've still got this much left. Just wondering about... No. Also thinking I've got this colour and I'm thinking that could be fun to use.
It's a technical term, Mandy. French knotty. Yeah, you wouldn't understand.
I'm just thinking...
Don't worry, I wasn't insulting you while you had your headphones off.
I bet you weren't. French knotty. East Coast Australia. So it's midnight. Mind you, I'd probably, if I was watching something, I'd still keep going until about, probably 3 o'clock in the morning. It's quite common for me to still be up then. I'm just wondering, rather than doing a bright red, I could do bright red for the robin. I'm just thinking for Father Christmas's coat, rather than do bright red, I could use this variegated. It'd just be more interesting. Do you think?
Yeah.
Might try that.
Might end up looking a bit like a sort of... a warmer texture on his coat. Like it's not furry as such, but... Because
in any case, it's only like, the Coca-Cola advert, isn't it? We've said about this before, that has made us feel like it's this bright red with the white fur trim and all that, So it isn't necessarily. Yeah, I might find some other metallic thread to just add some little glints around here, but or just use plain white stranded cotton for my snowflakes, because it'd be easier to work with and do nice, neat, smooth French knots.
Yeah. Jen is saying try Liz metallic thread. It comes in a few colours.
Liz. Let's write that down as well. I'm going to wonder why I've written Liz's name. I'm going to put Liz in inverted commas so I remember. I wonder if Stitch Kit have any of these, because I know Stitch Kit do like sell supplies separately as well. Do they have any of these metallic threads? I could try. Right, let's go for this. Shall I do... I know, if I do the pom-pom first, I'm going to do that with a... with detached chain stitches, I think. Or shall I go be really brave and try a bullion knot? A string of bullion knots for the tassel. It's been a while since I did one.
It's very easy to do.
Shut up. I can't remember now. It's like that. Do you go like that? God, it's been so long since I did one. I'm going to wind it round that many times. I don't think that's right. I think I've done it wrong. Oh well, hey ho.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not right. That's not right. That's wrong, isn't it? I can't remember how you do it.
That's going to be the Frenchest of French knots ever.
Yeah, well, it kind of, you do it in a kind of similar way, I think, but it just feels like I'm doing it wrong.
Apparently Liz metallic thread is smooth and strong. That's what
you want, innit? Yeah. Because I hate working with it, but I do love the look of metallic thread, so I would like to find one that I can work with. I've got the wrong kind of needle for doing bullion knots, I think. Oh, I don't think that's right. Oh dear, no, that's a complete disaster. No.
Yes, it is.
I'm not going to do bullion knots now.
Just a smooth cotton thread, but treat it with some kind of metallic something.
I've got some metallic alcohol ink or something like that.
Yeah, or some kind of gilding cream. Or
yeah. Especially if it's something you're not going to wash, you can do what you like to it.
Yeah. Because the problem is a lot of it will just come off as it goes through the fabric.
Bullion knots. But... Oh, Susie! Yeah. Tell them.
That is rude of them.
Put you out of office. Someone tell me how to. Someone type me how to do a bullion knot. Oh, for goodness sake, I have done them before. Why can't I do it? Hang on.
You don't want me to answer that.
Is this where I'm going wrong? Is it that?
I mean, you're not going.
Do I do
far
like
wrong.
that? Is it more like that? I'm going to do one on the edge here.
That's right so far.
Is it?
Yeah. And then you just don't go as close to where you came out.
Okay.
So
now I've got to put it
like
through
a
all of
longer
these.
stitch with that all wrapped.
And then you... What, go back there? How do you... Ah, right, okay.
Yeah. So rather than going back closer, then you just do a stitch as long as the things you've wrapped around it. You can do it without pulling the needle all the way through by wrapping around and just sticking it back in.
I want to cut that again now. I'm wasting thread here, but it's not too much. Okay, I'm gonna give it another go. So I would come out like this, yeah? Pull it all the way through? I've got to, haven't I? Because I can't get hold of the thread otherwise.
Yeah, you'll need the thread.
I think it's the starting off that is confusing me. I've got to have the thread on the surface, haven't I? Why am I being so thick about this?
Well...
This is what I did just now, and that was wrong, so... So can I now go in there and do it this way? No. It's not that, is it? I don't do that. No, because then I get that... Oh, for goodness sake. I'm annoying myself now. Tom, you're not helping me.
I'm not trying to.
I know you're not. I can't. I'm going to end up with the stupid chain bit at the beginning.
Yeah. You kind of work it backwards. So you put the needle in where you want the stitch to end.
What? So it's come out there. So say I want the stitch to end. Okay, let's turn it this way. Say I want the stitch to end there. Yeah. So I put the needle in there.
Yeah.
Out here.
And then come out where you want it to start.
Okay.
And then start wrapping around the needle at this point, and make the wraps long enough to reach where you put the needle in to start with.
Okay. Now pull it through.
And then when you pull it through, it'll lie across the thing and go where the needle went in.
Now the head of my needle is so big it don't want to go through.
That is a problem, yeah.
Yeah. When I look at some of the things people have sent me with like masses of bullion knots on, I'm just so in awe.
It must be quite quick once you get used to it, because, yeah. Theoretically, it should be easier than a French knot, really.
Picked up fluff from the wadding now, which is spoiling the look of it. But
yeah, if you've got a big fat needle.
Yeah. Okay, I think I've done
People
it.
are telling me to read the messages they've written.
Okay.
But I can already see that they would not
Put the needle back in.
work with your head.
Put the needle in as far as you want the stitch to go, but don't pull through. Just start winding at the tip.
Yeah. Looks like what you just did there was right.
What I've ended up with looks right. I'm going to have another go. So that looks right, doesn't it? Hang on. Whoops.
Yeah, you did all the right steps. It's
Focus.
just difficult because your needle was fat.
There we go.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so let's do another one here. So I want to come out. Somebody said about don't put the needle in as far as you want the stitch to go. Don't pull through, just that winding at the tip.
Yeah, as in you put the needle in at one end and it comes out the other, and then you start winding.
But the thread has to be on the top, so I've already had to pull the needle out all
The
the way
thread does
out.
need to start at the top there, yeah.
So do I now go? No. This is driving me nuts. It's also, I'm getting all stressy because I know people are watching me.
It is much harder when people are watching, yeah.
Yeah. I need to wind that not too tight because the needle doesn't want to pull through it otherwise. Oh, I've no confidence that that's going to look right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, no, it's done it. Okay. I think, like Jen said, it's practice. And, yeah. There. I've done 2 now.
Yeah. With practice, they should be quite easy and quick to do.
Isn't it a thrill when you do something that was difficult, but you do get the hang of it?
Yeah. Well, I assume it would be if anything was ever difficult.
Shut up.
That's the problem with embroidery, isn't it? I'm sure you guys find this as well. It gets a bit dull because it's so easy. Oh dear, I'm so funny.
Sorry, I've gone really quiet now as well. I shouldn't apologise for that because it's probably a bonus. And I've ended up with a loop on that one. I've ended up with a big long loop on that one. Why have I got a loop?
Good question.
No, I haven't. It's gone. Well, it's okay because it's only Father Christmas's pom-pom.
Yeah.
So That one is a little bit messy, but I'm not going to let myself worry about it.
I will not stop. Mandy's number 1.
Really?
Yeah.
And yet I wouldn't have thought she'd been that waffly.
No. I mean, everyone is at 150 XP pretty much who's been talking, so it just chooses someone at random to be the top 150.
It's just trying to make you compete with each other.
Yeah.
It's funny, these things they do, isn't it? Okay, so I just keep ending up with this loop. But if I don't panic and I just pull it, it seems to just disappear, so that's okay. It's making a nice little pom-pom on the end.
Yeah, definitely got some oomph to it.
Yeah. I'll say, Mandy, you might end up getting one of these in your Christmas box. Sorry, but you know. I'm needing about 6 winds around to make it long enough.
Yes, that's of course the other thing that gets quicker once you learn exactly how many you need to do for the length that you're doing multiple of.
It's a bit annoying that I keep pulling bits of the batting through.
Yeah.
Sarah Humphrey has some great videos for using metallic threads. Oh, interesting. Yeah, that is true. And Kate is saying, yeah, it's thanks to Sarah Humphrey that she can use metallic thread. I'll tell you what, I can't watch a Sarah Humphrey video without wanting to embroider. I'm wanting to embroider like properly. Because she has that channel now. She has her embroidery channel. I've been watching that for years on and off. But she also has this, I think she calls it Sarah Humphrey Creates, is it? Where she does things more like slow stitching, you know. A bit more sort of relaxed, crafty rather than sort of expert embroidery. But I love them both.
Yeah.
Well, I've totally messed this one up. I don't know if I can retrieve it or not.
Well, just bin the whole thing, I would.
Yeah, bin the whole thing. Might as well. No, I've retrieved it. It's okay. Sort of.
Bin the whole thing. Get rid of all your fabric and all of your threads.
Yes, throw everything out in a tantrum because I clearly can't do this.
That is kind of what my brain does when I'm not good at something the first time I try it.
Yeah. And that is what you lot never see, is the days when I can't find stuff or can't make things work or whatever, for whatever reason, having a complete meltdown.
You're quite good at showing things that didn't go quite right in the video.
I do that, but if I get to the point where I get so irritated it's meltdown time, then I'm not going to film that.
Yeah, no.
I wouldn't put myself or anybody else through that. It's too embarrassing.
Yeah, that's the problem with any YouTube channel, whatever it is they're doing. If the person isn't enjoying what they're doing anymore, I don't find it as fun to watch.
Yeah, it just becomes really obvious, doesn't it?
Yeah. I saw this long post from a guy who does gaming content who was desperately trying to excuse himself, kind of, because there's a series that other people have been wanting him to do, and the problem is the community for that game, they like to do a lot of what's called backseat gaming, where they're constantly telling you that you're doing everything wrong and it's a nightmare.
And
he just isn't enjoying the game anymore, so he's not going to do any more of it because
it's not fun.
He'd rather do things that he enjoys. And I much rather watch people enjoy themselves than do something just because they've been told.
Most of the time, even when I'm experimenting, trying something for the first time, finding it goes wrong, having to try a different way, I'm genuinely enjoying it, and that's what I want to share. I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to share my meltdowns. Oh, look at me pom poms.
Rude.
I'm quite happy with that. I might even be really, really ambitious and try and do one more long one over the top to finish it off. And actually, the thread has gone. I haven't had to re-thread. It's gone a lot further than I thought it would. It's this perlé thread is sort of, it's quite chunky, isn't it? So I suppose.
Yeah.
That helps a bit. And also because it's not wanting to split on me like the stranded or all that stuff I was just using.
Yeah.
Have you used any of those threads yet? So, well, Sylvia's gone now, hasn't she? Because I sent her a box full, quite a few different ones to try. So I don't know how she's getting on with them. I sent her some of the brightly coloured ones, some of the neutrals. Yeah, just have a bit of a play. Yeah, there.
Yeah.
I'm well chuffed with that.
Looking pretty good.
It's such a buzz when you try doing something and it's difficult. And then you get the hang of it. I just love that. I've had the iron going all of this time. I've just made a tick
yeah,
noise.
you're going to
which
use
has
that early
reminded
on
me.
and turn it off.
Yeah.
But luckily I was here to remind you. Don't forget to turn off the iron.
It's because I had thought I was going to do the iron-on interfacing that was in the kit. I was going to put that on the back of all of the placemat ones and then start fussy cutting bits out. But then I thought, no, this is easier. I need to do that kind of quietly, not when I'm streaming live. I'll probably film it, but I won't.
Such interesting content doing.
It would have been difficult
ironing for the live.
Yeah. No, I'm not going to stitch over this whole thing. I'm just going to put a few stitches in, I think.
Oh, and talking of reminding you of things, about halfway through I was meant to remind you to do the members list.
Oh, is it already? Are we already more than that? Yeah.
We're a bit more than that.
Okay, I'm going to see if I can do fancy.
She's going to do fancy.
I'm going to do fancy. Wait for it. Thank you, Susie. I'm so chuffed with myself.
A huge thank you to all of our members for supporting the channel.
I did it.
We really appreciate you.
Tom, I did 2 buttons.
She did 2 whole buttons.
Thank you very much to all of our channel members. You are hugely, hugely appreciated, including the mystery person who joined like a day or so ago. But it just says channel deleted instead of a name. So I'm not sure what's happened there, whether somebody has joined and then deleted their channel or...
Well, if the name is
know.
channel deleted, which would be hilarious.
Well, no, if it was, though, because I did think, I wonder if that's it. If it was that, it would show there, it would still show a... Hang on, I didn't want that. No, I didn't want that either. I just wanted to go back to this. If it was that, it would still show the little... Even if it's just a letter in a circle, it shows that little symbol first and it doesn't. So it's very strange. I know, fancy pants, right? Yeah, slightly messed up, but I didn't do bad.
Yeah.
Fancy. The Goodman ones separate too if you cut them. They separate if you cut them too long. Yeah. I think one of the... Yeah. I tend to cut thread really long because I'm lazy about threading my needle. I think we all do the same, actually. And but really, it's better to... keep the thread pretty short with embroidery, isn't it? Oops.
I guess that is one of the few times when shorter things are good.
I walked right into that. So what's everyone...
Yeah, you did.
Changing the subject. What's everyone having for dinner tonight? I am making the Tuscan bean and sausage stew.
I'm having shortbread.
I hope you're not.
No.
Is that just an excuse to use the word short again?
Yeah.
You could have had short ribs. That would have been more like dinner.
Shortening bread.
Shortening. Oh, I think that's going to look cute. I'm going to keep going with some more of this variegated thread to put some of the red in there as well, I think.
But I'll actually be having that pork stuff.
Oh, yeah,
probably
nice.
With rice.
I'm going to do...
egg fried rice, obviously.
I'm going to do new potatoes with our Tuscan stew. I know stew sounds a bit winterish, but it's quite a light one, actually. It's just tomatoey.
It is, yeah.
Yeah. And because it's got the beans in it, I don't even need the potatoes, so it's pretty good diet-wise as well, really. Because the beans are sort of carby enough.
Has anyone ever managed to thread lots of needles in advance the recommended way?
Oh.
No.
Who's saying that?
No one has ever managed that. Was it Jodie?
Oh, it's going back away. Hang on.
Not that far.
No. I've never thought to do that. Who recommends it, Jodie? I I love shortbread. I love proper shortbread. Nice shortbread.
The problem with shortbread when making it is it makes you realise exactly how unhealthy it is.
Yeah, well, that
it's like
sugar
a massive
and fat.
amount of butter and a massive amount of sugar.
Yeah,
and
nothing,
then just
nothing
a
much
little bit
else.
of flour to bind it together. So, okay.
Nikki's getting special meal tonight. Oh, yum. Wedding anniversary, cooked by your husband, likely venison. Very nice. Picky tea, meaning having a pick at whatever you fancy, I'm assuming. Well, because there's no food here. Like a bachelor pad. Oh. Mind you, I do sometimes like it when, you know, if John's out for whatever reason, he sometimes goes off to meet a mate and I can just like not bother making dinner. I just quite often have like beans on toast or something. A roll would suit me perfectly well. Right, I'm going to put some more of this on.
Sometimes you don't need anything fancy.
Yeah. Just cut down time of your project has a lot of colours or confetti. Ah, right. I can see that would be, yeah, so you just pick up whichever one you want. I have seen, actually saying it now, it's got me thinking, I have seen some of the Chinese ladies doing those amazing floral embroideries with a whole load of needles threaded at the top. Now I think about it, I have seen that. And a little corner of my mind just noticed it and then forgotten. Leftover pizza? Oh, no, I wouldn't dunk them in tea.
Yeah.
I would love to do an RSN course. Don't suppose I'll ever get around to it now, but I would love that.
Where would you find time?
I love watching the videos when they go and visit there and everything. I love looking at their wall of wool behind them.
Yeah.
I love looking at the, you know, things about their restoration projects and things. Yeah. I think if I had another life, I probably would choose to do something like that. It's definitely one of the things I would have loved to have done. And there, I think it was Carol who first put me on to the RSN website. Is that what it's called, a website? It's like a library of stitches. It's a free resource. Anybody can go on there. And
nice.
They show the stitches. They tell you how to do the stitches. It's linked to like videos and things. Yeah, very, very useful resource and all free to use. I've got it bookmarked now. I haven't made a lot of time to go on there and just browse, but I would like to. I'm not sure if what I'm doing here is actually adding anything now, but I'm enjoying myself, so I'm going to keep going.
Good.
Wholemeal toast and Heinz baked beans. Nice. Sometimes with a sprinkle of cheese on top.
Yeah.
Kate, you're number 2. Stitch Bank, that's it. Stitch Bank.
Because yes. I'm number 2.
Hey, Shorts.
It's the Z-Man. Hey, Shorts.
Shorts, we've already got one contribution to our Bonkers quilt from Sweden, but you're very welcome to send another one if you'd like to.
Yeah, we know you're mad for slow stitching.
Yeah, a bit of stitching. You're going to do one, Tom, aren't you?
Possibly.
Yours is going to be punch needled.
Yeah.
And it's not going to have any rude words on it.
Well, not visible on the surface.
It may have
I can't promise there won't be some hidden inside.
Some hidden symbology.
It'd be quite easy to write words on the backing fabric, wouldn't it? And,
no.
It'd be covered up by the... Yeah. Elaine, the crowds with the numbers are a thing that YouTube has added to encourage chat. Basically, the more you interact in the chat, the more experience points or XP you get.
Well, I didn't know that's what XP stood for.
Yeah. It's, you know, traditionally a gaming thing.
But it does seem to be a bit arbitrary, because poor old Kaz earlier on couldn't even get a number. But But then we thought it might be because Grumpy Pasta was in the same house and got number one instead.
Yeah,
They maybe,
possible.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, basically it's kind of meaningless, but it's a bit of fun if people want to try and doing things like super chats gives you more XP as well, but that's thoroughly unnecessary.
That's how we ended up with Tom and Kaz in competition the other night. And he picked her to the post right at the very last minute of the Saturday live.
Right when it's too late for her to respond. She thought she'd won.
Yeah, Kaz said to me later on it was worth it just to see the look on my face at the end because I couldn't believe you'd done it. Oh dear. Little things and all that.
Maddie has demolished a raspberry cheesecake. Oh,
Nice. Raspberry trifle. A little raspberry trifle in your fridge.
Interesting.
I thought I might make, instead I was going to do tiramisu for our party we've got coming up because we're having a bit of an Italian theme. That's why I'm trying all these Italian recipes at the moment.
Yeah.
And I was thinking I would do a classic tiramisu, and then I thought I might make it more like a trifle than sort of, it's still a bit of an Italian influence, same sort of flavours, but...
Marion, bit late. Not too late though, we're still going. Have you missed the quilt? Well, kinda.
Would you like another quick
be shown
look?
again?
Yeah. I have done did a little short video of it. I just stood out in the garden. Oh, just wait a minute.
Enjoying what you see? Like and subscribe to see more.
Thank you, young man. Yeah, I did do. I got John to just video me like holding it up in the garden, really, so you could see it all. But Discord wouldn't let me upload it, so because it was too long. So
stick it on YouTube as an unlisted thing and link it.
I'll do that later on, and I'll link it so that people in the Facebook group and the Discord community can see it, and you can all have a look. But I'll show it now. I'll show it in a second. I'm just going to finish this little section.
Would you say a trifle of trifle?
Yes. Never trifle with a trifle.
Never stick the pages of the recipe together with shepherd's pie. She was cottage pie. But
is that what happened in that Friends?
In your trifle.
That Friends episode, that was hilarious, wasn't it? The fact that Joey still ate it, thought it was lovely.
He liked it.
John would do that as well. Well, I thought it was lovely. I can just imagine it. Yeah. Beautiful that was.
I mean, given that he's used to your cooking by now.
I'm not listening. As always, I'm going to finish this stream starving, blooming hungry from talking about food. It serves me right. I started it. You know.
I don't know why you're saying Jerry, Short. But you should definitely unsubscribe.
Jerry? Why are you saying Jerry?
I don't know.
Pretty Annie. Do they? Ooh. Is that Lidl or Aldi near you, Tom? They might have them. I think yours is Aldi, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm all for a bit of cheating, a bit of creative cheating. You know? I used to spend...
the less effort you can put in, the better.
Yeah. I used to spend hours, if not days, cooking for things like this, but I'm just not doing it anymore. I'm too... I can't... No. And sometimes, you know, you can get such good ready-made things that it's not really worth the effort. If you can just like buy something ready-made, tart it up a bit and present it nicely and get the same response, you might as well.
Yeah. Oh, Schultz heard you say Jerry, not Joey.
Oh.
She definitely said Joey.
Joey, yeah. I meant Joey anyway, yeah.
You said it as well.
Did I?
Yeah.
Yeah, Joey.
Maybe it sounded weird over the stream.
Yeah, Joey ate everything. You're used to my accent as well.
True, yeah. I have to hear it all the time.
I do have a bit of a speech impediment with my R's. I said that carefully too. Right. Oh,
You provide
shorts.
proof shorts. Good plan.
I think this is a Swedish-inspired design. These because hang on, I'm just going to show the other ones for a minute.
Is that why you're having to assemble it yourself?
Yeah, I didn't get it from IKEA. I got it from Stitch Kit. Oh, I can't find it. There.
She can't find it.
So this is from a range. It's called, I don't know how you say it. It's called Tomte. Is it Tomte? I think they called this fabric Tomtens or something. Tomtens. Hang on, it's here. It's here. Tomtens Village. Lewis and Irene. Yeah. Yeah, and it's I think that's a Swedish tradition, isn't it? This Christmassy kind of Nomi village thing.
Santa-ish in Swedish. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. And that's a Santa-ish. I always say, to me, it's Father Christmas, not Santa, as well. But yeah. Yeah, until I was reading up about this the other day, I didn't realise it was Swedish. I always thought the whole Tomte thing was German. And I know Steffi Graf from the Makers, who is German. She makes little needle felted Tomte. I don't know how to say it.
That's
right,
close enough,
okay. I think that's his hat done. Yeah, I'll do the rest of the beard as well. I'm going to use finer thread for the bird and stuff. So it's not all going to be this. I just wanted that bit of texture on his hood. And his pom-pom. I'm so pleased with my bullion stitches. I've learned something. Well, I've relearned something. I have made them before. I did do them successfully a while back.
How messy is the backside?
Very. Actually, for me, not bad.
Yeah, I've seen
Should I
worse.
just clip that off?
Once those are snipped.
That's one thing that impresses me with Sarah Humphrey, though. She shows you, and sometimes I get the urge to do it. I have followed her sort of method of doing it, but she shows how you. Oops, pulling the wrong end. She shows how you lose the threads at the back. You know, you start off. You put your thread in. Actually, you put your needle in here, away from your work. Pull it up there. Make a couple of tiny stitches. Do your proper stitches over the top, but because those two little anchoring stitches were there, you can now cut off the thread from the back, and so you've got no ends. You end up with no ends showing. She does Sarah Humphrey's got the neatest backside ever. Well, it doesn't look like I've done much in all this time, really, does it? And it's almost time to go. I'm going to show the quilt again for anybody that wants to see it. I will remember to put the headphones back on, so don't let him talk about me while I'm gone. Oh, that whisper thread. My friend Julie in Cornwall was telling me about that, Carol. It just looked like magic. And in fact, when we were down in Cornwall, we were in Truro Fabrics, and we were looking for it to see if there was any there, and they didn't have any, or didn't have any at the time. So yeah, I must try and get hold of some of that, because yeah, Julie said she uses it for like furry beards on gnomes and things like that. Thank you, Nikki. Is that for for proper embroidery? Yeah, slow stitching. I don't mind if there's knots and things showing. I leave my tack-in stitches in. I like to see the working stitches. I don't mind the knots and stuff. It depends what you're doing, doesn't it? Yeah. I need to get some of that whisper thread. That's another thing to write down.
So many things.
How is it actually spelled? Was she spelling it whisper like that? Whisper thread. It's the furry. I'm going to put brackets furry. It's my doctor's handwriting. Actually, that's neat for me.
Elaine suggesting a little X for snowflakes. Yeah.
That's a good idea. Yeah. Yeah. Just a tiny, tiny little cross. Or I thought about even doing I like doing paired seed stitches. I thought about doing that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're cute little pictures. They're very sweet. And I think now I've had the idea of wanting to layer up. This is the other thing for anybody that didn't see it at the beginning. These are the kind of placemat ones. But what I'm going to do is make either one or two pictures out of this. I'm going to back the whole thing with the iron-on interfacing that came in the kit, so that I can then fussy cut some of these images, layer them together to create a three-dimensional scene. I love the little houses. I love the picture of a Father Christmas posting the letter there, and this. I like the idea of having, like, the little rabbit could be hidden in a little pocket or something. I don't know, just little things like that. I really fancy doing that and putting the whole thing inside like a box frame or something. Something that just comes out at Christmas, obviously. I've got... Oh, what did I do with that? Oh, I hope I didn't make myself throw it away. No, it's up there. Oh, hang on. I'm going to grab the quilt and grab this box to show you in a minute. I won't be a moment. Let's put that down.
Now I can call her short. She'll never know.
I can't reach it.
Kaz isn't here to grass me up.
Oh, no.
See, I wasn't wrong. She is short. She's trying to reach something on the bottom shelf. Not tall enough. When she watches this stream back, she's going to send very rude words to me on Discord. You're not being very nice to me, actually. I'll do an uppercut to you. Punch your beard off.
Yeah, and,
Stepladder required. Yes, Carol. Oh dear.
okay, I'm going to show the quilt first.
She's got the tea towel out again.
We might go from one end to the other, and then I'll turn it around and go along the bottom. They may be upside down. They're all higgledy-piggledy, no particular orientation. Have I got... Oh.
And you shouldn't let that stop you from laughing. It's always good to laugh at her. Ooh. Loads of stuff fitting on a tiny little detail. Hi.
Was he slagging me off?
No, I said nothing. I wouldn't bother watching this stream back. Yeah, don't bother watching the stream back at this point. All the other time you had your headphones off.
I can watch
fine.
the stream back straight away on my big telly now because we've got all the chat coming up on the screen. So
no need. Face flannel is better. Yeah, Carol, that's a good point.
Carol, don't you join in? The horrible
I didn't know
lot.
they made postage stamps out of fabric.
Shut up! Stop it! Oh. I've got a recipe for that. It came up in my search I've done. I was looking for Italian dessert recipes. That came up, and that is a bit glazy. It's like it's almost like custard, isn't it? Kind of. Yeah. I definitely will. And yeah. God, I'm making myself hungry now. So this is the box. You can't see it.
Cool.
Oh no, that's too. Hang on, I haven't got room. No, that's not going to work. Hang on, come back up here.
Hang about.
This is the box. And I think I saved this from ages ago. I've had this for ages. It turned up again when I was sorting out my room, and I made myself chuck a lot of the old boxes and things like this that I'd saved away because I was taking up so much room with them. But I think this was the packaging for my stamping platform, my Tim Holtz stamping platform I bought like years ago. And I've kept it ever since because I thought, what a good shape for something. And I think it would be a very good shape to use for this. So I can even I can make this the frame. I can even cover that with some of either the red or the trimmings of the blue fabric. And build my whole little 3D scene in there. Do you dare me? Do you dare me? Rather than doing placemats. I don't really care what the response is. I'm going to do it anyway.
Yeah, I was going to say, so you on, guys.
Just because I just love making little 3D scenes. I just really enjoy it. But I've never tried doing something like that with fabric in that way. Go for it. Thanks, Nobby. Yep, right, that's it then. I'm definitely doing it. I think it'd be really fun. Yeah. We'll see how it goes. I mean, worst that can happen is I'll waste it But I think even if it went horribly wrong, I'd retrieve enough to make some more little Christmas cards or something with it. But I hope it'll work. But yeah, not something I wanted to start trying to do during a live stream, but I will kind of video bits of it just in case it works out. If you never see it, it means it didn't work out. Did you see the quilt all right? Did I show it all right?
Yeah, you're almost able to hold it up high enough.
Yeah. So as you could see on there, they're all just kind of ramshackle fashion thrown on there, really, with spaces in between. The picture I've got for when we're at the Bazaar event is to spread them out across. I'm hoping we'll get 2 tables. Spread them out across the 2 tables, and all sit round. I wanted everybody to be able to reach a little bit, and for everybody to have some kind of a piece or 2 or 3 in front of them to start working on, adding little patches to, adding stitches to blend in, filling the gaps, that kind of thing. Yeah. So like it'll be a bit like having if you go through an art journal and slap some bits of colour on and some bits of paper and stuff to get you started, like breaking the blank page, it'd be kind of like that in the quilt form.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, is it? Oh, see, that would be perfect. But I reckon you could do it. You could find other boxes that you could do this with. It just happens that that's got that lovely shape to it. But I'll tell you what else could work is, if you get like a... I've got one handy. Yes. I've got everything handy in here. If you get like a canvas, you can get them quite cheap these days, these little canvases, actually. They're not the best quality. And it seems like, you buy the best quality canvas, it can be like many, many, many pounds, especially going up to the big sizes. Yeah. But you can get really ridiculously cheap ones as well. But what you can do is turn them that way, of course, and use them the wrong way round as a little kind of box frame. Yeah. Which is really, handy way to get that
to hide the staples, I guess.
Yeah, but you would be anyway. I mean, I would be doing something. I'll be doing something to cover the cardboard on this too. So yeah. You can add wadding to pad it if you want to. You can add, so definitely you could do something like that instead. Yeah, for sure. For sure. A goog idea. Oh.
Very goog.
To listen to it 200 times, you said, Joey.
Well, I'm glad you checked 200 times.
The funny thing is, if I said Jerry, it sounds a little bit like Joey as well, because I can't say my words properly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Shorts. You're lucky you didn't join earlier.
Snoppy.
Because we were talking about electronics stuff in fabric.
Yes.
So, yeah. If we don't do any current limiting and we put it inside fabric,
yeah, because
there's no chance that can go wrong.
What I'd like to do, let's show Shorts just to give him the heebie-jeebies. Hang on. Yeah, what I fancy doing, right, with this 3D scene that I'm talking about is where you've got like windows here with lights in, cutting them out and having some electronics in behind, so it kind of, it lights up. How fab would that be? And also then we were talking about, look at that. We were talking about doing similar things with things you can actually wear. And you can get thread, Tom was telling us, thread that's conductive. So now we can slow stitch with electronics.
Just trying to give Shorts a heart attack, don't worry, it's fine.
Give him nightmares. So
it won't be in my house, so it's fine.
Now I've settled on that. I couldn't leave it in my craft room. This whole room is completely combustible. This would be it. Yeah. If this was a shop or something and a fireman came in here, well, he would tell me not to have that door wedged open for a start. I'd have to.
Impressed with how long you left the iron on.
No. Oh, the fact that I leave things plugged in for so long.
Yeah.
And he would probably make me have at least 2 kinds of fire extinguishers as well.
I've got 1 fire extinguisher.
Yeah. You needed it because you had chemicals and stuff you needed it for.
Yeah.
Risk assessment. God, I used to hate that term. I hate it along with
3D printer, but...
Right. Yeah. Yeah, along with the word appraisals. Staff appraisals, hated doing that as well. Oh, horrible waste of
just
time.
so much box ticking, time wasting.
Yeah, and the trouble is, because that's how everybody sees it, you're aware that you're kind of forcing the person that you're appraising to do it, and that they already think it's a waste of time. They can be constructive and useful and help people to progress and stuff.
Yeah.
And the NHS, I have to say, is quite good at encouraging people to progress within the ranks, kind of thing, I think. But yeah, doing appraisals, sometimes it's like trying to get blood out of a stone. Yeah.
It depends on the manager a lot of the time. Like, I had a manager, he was great, lovely guy, but one of the people I worked with was asked in his yearly progress meeting thing what things he wanted to do, and he said, just kind of because he couldn't think, well, I've always wanted to learn Spanish or something.
Oh yeah, I think you told me this.
He wrote that in his no, that's
yeah. It's like,
that doesn't need to get. He's doing programming stuff.
But he's probably
irrelevant.
feeling like me. Oh, good, something positive. I'll write that down because it's some kind of positive interaction. Because it's horrible being the person that's sitting there, forcing people to do their appraisals isn't fun either. Because you've got to.
He never wanted to be in the management position. This guy.
No.
He was kind of railroaded into it and hated those bits.
Yeah. But those boxes have to be ticked. 18 months overdue. Yeah, we were always running on a backlog. Yeah. Yes, it would imply that they actually read them. I know.
Yeah.
I think it's about time to go, isn't it? You get out of it what your manager puts into it. Yes. And the thing is, Shorts, as well, it's not just what your manager puts into it, but you as the appraisee, you have to do your bit too. This is me now putting the team leader hat back on. It's like, it can't all come from me if you don't give anything back, and you have a completely negative attitude towards it, then nothing positive is going to come from it, because I can't.
Yeah.
It is a two-way street. But yeah. What I hate is when it is just quite clearly a tick boxing.
Box ticking?
A box ticking exercise, and what a waste of resources. There are so many more interesting, useful things I could be doing.
I've just got an image in my head of you being so small you could have a boxing match with a tick.
Right,
probably lose.
Let's go. Thank you everybody for being with us. We've really enjoyed it. I hope you have too. I will get that video
I've
sorted.
hated every second.
That proper video of the quilt, and I might even manage to put names up of who's made which piece as well. It'd be quite fun. And then I'll just make it as a private listing or unlisted. You'll have to click on the link to go see it. Thanks all very much. I'm off. The Tour de la France.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Au revoir. I can do it.
She's nearly off anyway.